ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಈ ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ಈ ವೈರಾಣು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವವನ್ನು ನಿಬ್ಬರಗಾಗಿಸಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ಭಯದ ವಾತಾವರಣವನ್ನು ಮೂಡಿಸಿ ಅನೇಕ ಜನರ ಪ್ರಾಣಕ್ಕೆ ಆಪತ್ತಾಗಿ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ ಈ ರೋಗದ ಗುಣಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಹ ನರಳಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದು ಎಂತಹ ಬಲಿಷ್ಠ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗಳಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಇದನ್ನು ತಡೆಗಟ್ಟುವಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ವಿಷಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಕಠಿಣ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೂ ಸಹ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಪೂರಕವಾಗಿ ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತಗಳು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿರುವುದು ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ವಿಷಯ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನರಿಗೂ ಈ ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ತಡೆಗಟ್ಟಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಜಾಗೃತಿ ಮೂಡಿಸಬೇಕು, ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಅಂತರವನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಕಾಯ್ದುಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಒಬ್ಬರಿಂದ ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಹರಡದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೆಜರ್ಸನ್ನು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಂತಹ ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಕುರಿತು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳು ಜನರ ಜಾಗೃತಿ ಮೂಡಿಸಿವೆ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಮನವರಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹ ಬಹುಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂತಹ ವಿಷಯವೇನೆಂದರೆ ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಗೃತಿ ಇದ್ರೂ ಸಹ ಇದರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಕಾಣದ ಕೈಗಳಂತೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಅನೇಕ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು, ಸಂಘ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳ ಕೆಲಸವೂ ಸಹ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತಹ ವಿಚಾರವಾಗಿದ್ದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆ ಮಾಡುವಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಸಹ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಂಬುದು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂತಹ ವಿಷಯ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಾಗಿನಿಂದಲೂ ಸಹ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಜಯಪುರದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತದ ಪೂರಕವಾದಂತಹ ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆ ಮತ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಿಂಗ್ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ವಿಷಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅವರು ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಮತ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ನೋಡುವಂತಹ ವಿಷಯವಾಗಿದ್ದು, ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಅನೇಕ ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಕುರಿತು ವಿಶೇಷವಾದಂತಹ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಅಥವಾ ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣವನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿದ್ದು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವಿಚಾರಗಳ ಕುರಿತು ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ವಿನಿಮಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಕೆಲವೇ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಆರಂಭವಾಗಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹ ತಾಳ್ಮೆಯಿಂದ ಕಾಯಬೇಕಂತ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Be patient. Within a few minutes, the program is going to be begin. ಇನ್ನೇನು ಕೆಲವೇ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಆರಂಭವಾಗಲಿದೆ. ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಆಗಮಿಸಿದ್ದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೆಲವೇ ನಿಮಿಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಂಡು ತಮ್ಮ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿನಿಮಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಜಯಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ವೆಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆದಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಂ ಬಿ ಬಿರಾದಾರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಸಹ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಿಂಗ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕುರಿತಾಗಿ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿನಿಮಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ದಿನನಿತ್ಯವೂ ಸಹ ಈ ಒಂದು ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೇಸ್ಗಳು ಬರ್ತವೆ ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ಪೂರಕವಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನಿಗ್ರಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಂಬ ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಕುರಿತು ಈ ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ಅರಿವು ಮೂಡಿಸುವ ಜೊತೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸೂಚನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸಲಹೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಹ ಅವರು ನೀಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೇಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ವಿನಂತಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೇನೆಂದರೆ ಇದರ ಸದುಪಯೋಗವನ್ನು ಪಡೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಜನರು ಇದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತದ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳೇ ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಲಂಕುಷವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಮುಕ್ತವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹ ಇದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಗೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಮೂಡಿಸಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವ ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಕುರಿತು ನೀವು ಸಹ ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂತ ನಾನು ವಿನಂತಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ, ಅದರಂತೆ ಇನ್ನೋರ್ವ ದಕ್ಷ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಾದಂಥ ವಿಜಯಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಅಪರ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಔದ್ರಾಮ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಸಹ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಲಿದ್ದು, ಅವರೂ ಸಹ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟರ್ ಆ ವಿಷಯದ ಕುರಿತು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅವರು ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಧಿಕಾರಿ ಅಪರ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಧಿಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ಈ ವಿಜಯಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾದ್ಯಂತ ಸುತ್ತಾಡಿ ಈ ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯ ವ್ಯಾಪಕವಾಗಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಾದ್ಯಂತ ಹರಡುವಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಿದರು ಮತ್ತು ನಿಗ್ರಹಿಸಿದರು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪೂರಕ ವಾತಾವರಣವನ್ನು ವಿಜಯಪುರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿರ್ಮಿಸಿ ಇದರ ಹರಡುವಿಕೆಗೆ ಕಡಿವಾಣವನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿದರು ಎಂಬುವ ಕುರಿತು ಅವರು ಸಹ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಚರ್ಚೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಬ್ಬ ಹರಿದಿನಗಳನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರು ಕೇವಲ ನಾವು ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಭೇಟಿಯಾದಾಗ ಅವರು ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದೇ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ನಮಗಿರೋದು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಹಬ್ಬ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದು ಕೊರೋನಾ ಹಬ್ಬ ಮಾತ್ರ, ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಮೊದಲು ಈ ಹಬ್ಬವನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಸಹ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಕುರಿತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಕ್ತವಾಗಿ ಮಾತನಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರಂತೆ ಮಹಾನಗರ ಪಾಲಿಕೆಯ ಆಯುಕ್ತರಾದಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹರ್ಷ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಔದ್ರಾಮ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಅಪರ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು, ಅವರು ಸಹ ವೇದಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಅಲಂಕರಿಸಬೇಕಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಂ ಬಿ ಬಿರಾದರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ವೆಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್, ಅವರು ಸಹ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆದಿ ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಆಡಳಿತಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು, ಅವರು ಸಹ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಂತೇಶ್ ಬಿರಾದರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಬಯಸ್ತಾ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು, ಶುಭ ಮುಂಜಾನೆ. BLD ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಶ್ರೀ BM ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ನರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಹಾಗೂ ವಿಜಯಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತದ ಸಹಯೋಗದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಂತಹ ಈ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ವೈರಾಣುವಿನ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಹೋರಾಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ಪರಿಣಾಮಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ತಡೆಗಟ್ಟುವಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಂತಹ ಪೂರಕವಾದ ಕ್ರಮಗಳು, ನಿರ್ಧಾರಗಳ ಕುರಿತು ವಿಶೇಷ ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೇಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತಾ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಸುಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತದ ಉನ್ನತ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಈ ವಿಷಯದ ಕುರಿತು ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ವಿನಿಮಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಂತಹ ಜಟಿಲ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ತಮ್ಮ ಅಮೂಲ್ಯ ಸಮಯವನ್ನು ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಮೀಸಲಿಟ್ಟು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಸಲಹೆ ಸೂಚನೆಗಳನ್ನು ನೀಡುವ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗೆ ಕೈಜೋಡಿಸಿದಂತಹ ವಿಜಯಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಅಪರ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಧಿಕಾರಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಔದ್ರಾಮ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಮಹಾನಗರ ಪಾಲಿಕೆಯ ಆಯುಕ್ತರಾದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀಹರ್ಷ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಹಾಗೂ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ವೆಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆದಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಂ ಬಿ ಬಿರಾದರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ಬರಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ, ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳನ್ನು, ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಬೇಕೆಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರಾದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ಶಾಲ್ಮೋನ್ ಚೋಬ್ಡೆ ಸರ್ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತೇನೆ.
Good morning, everyone. I am Professor Shalman Chopde, Principal of BLD Institute of Nursing Sciences, Vijaypur. I welcome everyone to join webinar on effective implementation of strategies to fight against COVID-19 by District Administration of Vijaypur. On behalf of BLD's management and Institute of Nursing Sciences, I welcome our speakers for this today's webinar. In brief, I would like to introduce and welcome our speakers. Meet Dr. Audram, Additional District Commissioner. Today he is speaking on roles and responsibilities of administration and public responsibilities and public role. Next we have Sri Harsha Shetty, and he is speaking on quarantine. And next we have MB Patil, MB Biradar sir, and he will be speaking on the sir is speaking on the screening and management. And I welcome everyone for this for this webinar. Welcome all.
ಈಗ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಸನ್ಮಾನಿಸಬೇಕಂತೂ ಈ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರು ಮತ್ತು ಆಡಳಿತಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಮಾಂತೇಶ್ ಬರ್ಬರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಈ ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವವನ್ನೇ ತಲ್ಲಣಿಸುವಂಥ ಈ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಕ ಸಾವು ನೋವುಗಳು ಸಂಭವಿಸಿದಂಥ ಈ ದುಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಹ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನರು ಈ ನೋವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಲಾಡುತ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಜಯಪುರದ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸಮರ್ಪಕವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಪೂರಕವಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ತಡೆಗಟ್ಟುವಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಪಾತ್ರವನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸಹ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂತಹ ವಿಷಯ. ಕಾಣದ ಕೈಗಳಂತೆ ಬೆನ್ನೆಲುಬಾಗಿ ನಿಂತು ಈ ಒಂದು ರೋಗದ ತೀವ್ರತೆಯ ಅಥವಾ ಹರಡುವಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ತಡೆಗಟ್ಟುವಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಘಟ್ಟ ಈ ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಂ.ಬಿ. ಬಿರಾದಾರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ವೆಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ವಿಜಯಪುರ ಇವರು ಕೋವಿಡ್-19ನ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಿಂಗ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕುರಿತಾಗಿ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವರನ್ನು ಈ ಒಂದು ಮುಖ್ಯ ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಬೇಕಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರಾದಂಥ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದಂಥ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮಾಜಿ ಸಚಿವರಾದಂಥ ಎಂ.ಬಿ. ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಸಾಹೇಬರಿಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರಾದಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅರವಿಂದ್ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ರು ಹಾಗೂ ಸೂಪ್ರಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆದ ವಿಜಯಕುಮಾರ್ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣಪ್ಪಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರಾದಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಂತೇಶ್ ಬಿರಾದಾರ್ ಅವರು ಹಾಗೂ ಈ ನರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರಾದಂಥ ಚೋಪ್ಡೆಯವರು ಸಲ್ಮಾನ್ ಚೋಪ್ಡೆಯವರು ಹಾಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಔದ್ರಾಮ್ ಸರ್ಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಹರ್ಷ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿಯವರಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಕರೆಸಿ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ 76 ದಿನಗಳವರೆಗೆ ಈ ಬಿಜಾಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಗಲು ರಾತ್ರಿ ಸೇವೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಗುರುತಿಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಕರೆಸಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಎರಡು ಮಾತಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ನಾನು 3 ಮಂದಿ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸಲು ಇಚ್ಛೆಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಕೊರೋನಾ ವೈರಸ್ ಜರ್ನಿ ನಮ್ಮದು ಜನವರಿ 3 ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. ನವಂಬರ್ ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಚೈನಾದಲ್ಲಿ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಮೋರ್ಟ್ಯಾಲಿಟಿ ರೇಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಆವಾಗ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಸುತ್ತೋಲೆ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಒಂದು ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಷನ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರೀ ವೈ ಎಸ್ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಭೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮೊದಲ ಬಾರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಬಿಜಾಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ ಜರುಗಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಿಜಾಪುರ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಕೊರೋನಾ ವೈರಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಅದು ಹರಡುವಿಕೆ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಷನ್ನು ಹಾಗೂ ಮುಂಜಾಗ್ರತಾ ಕ್ರಮಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂತ ನಾವು ಅವತ್ತು ಎಜೆಂಡಾ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಟೇಲಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದೀವಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ, ಇಲ್ಲರಿ ಸರ ಇದು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನೆಗಡಿ ಕೆಮ್ಮು ಜ್ವರ ಟೈಪ್ ಐತಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಇಷ್ಟರ ಸಲ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇದು ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಗೆಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅವತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ದಿನ ಕಳೆದಂತೆ ಅದರದ್ದು ವಿರುಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಡೆತ್ ಮೊರ್ಟಾಲಿಟಿ ರೇಟು ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲಿ 122 ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹುಶಃ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಒಂದು 3.5 ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ವರೆಗೆ ಮರಣ ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದರದ್ದು ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಭಾಳ ನಮ್ಮ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಹಾಗೂ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಭಾಳ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರು. ನಮ್ಮದು ಜರ್ನಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 10 ನಂತರ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಜರ್ನಿ. ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 10ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಯಿತು, ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಲಿ we have started our purely surveillance of COVID-19 in Vijayapur district from March 10th with our district administration boss, Deputy Commissioner Sri Y.S. Patil sir, and ZP CEO Dr. Sri Govind Reddy sir, and my colleague Dr. Audram sir, and my dear friend Harsha Shetty sir. With district level coordination meeting, we start doing surveillance in whole Bijapur district by taking the throat swab and nasopharynx and oropharynx swabs. At that time, we are not having any testing facilities in our Bijapur district, so we used to send 2 drivers and 1 vehicle and 1 health staff with a single swab to the Bangalore also. That is very important. Initial phase, the collection was very poor. Gradually, we used to do nearly 2 hours meeting in the morning 10 to 11:30, and in between 2 video conference from the state, either from our Commissioner sir Pankaj Kumar Pandey sir or ACS sir Javed Akhtar sir, and in between our beloved Honorable Chief Secretary sir Vijay Bhaskar and Honorable Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa ji. So this was the hectic for the 30 days. Earlier, our Bijapur people have cooperated us and they have boosted us to do the work for 24 hours. We have done it, and after 30 days, 1 positive patient from the containment zone, that is Jendakatti. After that, the whole administration was in panic. What to do the next? That was the very crucial situation we faced in Bijapur district. But in the leadership of our Deputy Commissioner sir Y.S. Patil, immediately at night, Audram sir and Harsha Shetty sir took the decision, passed by the notification passed by our DC sir. At night 11:30, that area was completely sealed down. That was the important step we took in our Bijapur district. That was the very important step due to the surveillance also, because we want to break the transmission of the COVID-19 virus to the community. So that is the milestone. I can tell that is a milestone for the Bijapur district. After that, we started tracing the primary and secondary contact of that patient, where that first patient has gone to the 2 private medical college, 1 private nursing home and 1 private medical college. Of that first patient, we took nearly 45 primary contacts and 75 secondary contacts. We screened all the primary. Out of that, we got minimally 8 to 9 positive patients. Again, we took the primary contact of that 7 patients and secondary contacts. Like that, our spread of this COVID-19 testing was elaborated in our district. Gradually, daily we used to get 1 patient, 2 patients, 5 patients. The maximum positive patient we got was 11 patients same day. That day, it was very crucial. All the people of our Bijapur district were panic. From all 360 degree angles, phone was coming, sir, what to do, sir, what is the future? like this 11 positive patient, where they have came, how the it is spreading. So I calmly and patiently answered all the calls which came to my phone. Nothing to worry. Those primary and secondary contacts were from the first patient, so they are being quarantined. Because one of the important steps we took was nearly our Odram sir took a lot of trouble in this aspect in quarantining the patient, because lifting the patient and keeping in quarantine, you have to give one tiffin and one lunch and dinner. It was the hell of the work. In spite of that hard situation, my Odram sir took it as a challenge, and sir has given the best of the best food to the primary and secondary contact which were present in the quarantine centers. Like that, our journey started, and after we reached 42 positive patients, though to the luck of our Bijapur or our district administration and as a district surveillance officer, those all positive patients were from the containment zone. That too only for 4 families only. That was the good faith of our district administration. In other districts, comparatively in Bagalkot and Belgaum district, that infection was spread to 3 to 4 talukas in that districts. So in that aspects, we were lucky to handle the situation. Has the number grown up to 2,500 to 3.5 thousand in quarantine centers, there was some technical problem where the peoples were not supporting us. They were asking whatever they want, as if they are staying in the home only. Or what their facilities were present in their home, they were asking in the quarantine center. In spite of that trouble, our sir has fulfilled all of the 95% of their desires in the quarantine center only. So always, all were very satisfied in quarantine centers. After we took the samples of the second sample on 14th day. 14th day, and as we told that your result has came and the result is negative. In spite of that, patient were willing to stay in the quarantine center. That was the sign of how much goodwill and good food we are given in the quarantine centers. And regarding this collection of the sample was very horrible, because as you know, Bijapur temperature was 40 plus on that day. Wearing a PPE kit and standing in the sunlight for more than 6 to 7 hours, it was hell of the job. I have got deputed nearly 25 lab technicians to my office, and we used to collect minimum 3 to 400, 500 swabs per day. That were all from the containment zones. That process was end on 15 to 20 days. By that time, our state government of Karnataka gave permission for the migrants to enter our state. That was another second task which the whole administration was panicked, because we have to post 24 hours staffs on check post, including health staff, revenue staff and police staff, where the migrants have to come officially on Seva Sindhu entering and taking e-pass. So that those all 25 to 26,000 with our district administration, Sri Y.S. Patil sir, gave each and every person free of cost KSRTC bus. They were freely shifted to the quarantine centers, and we again started our routine work, giving the breakfast, lunch and dinner for all 26,000. And that another very tough task was collection of the seva of all these 26,000 from our district. So prior only I gave minimum 65 lab technicians from 12 lab technicians from each taluka how to take the swab. Earlier the taking the swab was very easy, and earlier that PPE deficiency was also there, as the government was not procured. There was a heavy demand for the PPE kit. So many gentlemen came forwards and donated more than 5,000 PPE kits our office only. With the cooperation of the Odram sir was giving our PPE kit, wearing the PPE kit, because per day minimum 40 to 50 PPE kit expenditure was there. So there was a heavy demand. Afterwards, our government of Karnataka gave maximum nearly 5 to 10,000 PPE kit, no problem. And sanitizer was also very problem. And one important thing, as you all of you know, N95 mask was also on heavy demand. Even though if we gave the money, they are not available in the market only. That was the main problem. In spite of all these hurdles, we continued our journey, started taking the swab, we gave the training to the lab technician, we gave all logistic supply, and 4 to 5 vehicles in Taluka to travel each quarantine centers in teamwork and collect. So our journey started with 200 swabs to 3,000, 3,800, or nearly 4,000 swabs per day. That was a very huge challenge because taking the swab is very easy, but the documentation was very tough because that was the online process. The lab technician has to register the patient's name, and after registration the patient name, one OTP will go to the patient's mobile. That OTP should be put in this app. Then only that patient swab can be tested because it is directly linked to the ICMR portal. Then only they will accept that sample. That was the very tough job. And that it was linked to the geofencing. The person where the swab is collected, it is directly linked to the satellite. That will show that the person where the swab is collected. So that was the clarity in the swab collection. No issue in telling there was no positive or no negative. It is directly linked to the satellites. Once the swab is taken from the patient, it should be either reported positive or negative. We can't tell that that swab has been lost or some, we can't give the result. That was the huge challenge. And we again started our journey, and now almost we have collected 29,000 swabs in our district. Out of that, as you all of you know, that 76 are positive. Out of them, 44 are discharged, 27 are active, and 4, unfortunately, we are lost from our Bijapur district. That was the real condolence to district administration. And right now, we are in the right path, and simultaneously, we have prepared plan of action, where for 2,000 COVID-19 positive patients also come, we have done the preparedness in our district with all high pressure pump oxygen perfusion and bed occupancy and PPE kit, N95 and sanitizer, and with human resources. 24 hours. Really appreciate our staff nurse who have dedicated their life for the 90 days in the serving the people, and my dear colleagues, doctors also, and other all paramedical staffs also. Actually, I want to tell that it is actually teamwork. Nobody can do single person. If the team is strong, we can do anything we want. That is the right message I want to pass from the Bijapur district. Our team leader was Sri Y.S. Patil sir and Govind Reddy sir, and our team Asha Shetty, Audram sir, and me. Everybody have worked, and we have done a good job. To my inner conscience, I can tell that in my lifetime, we have done something good to the public. That's all. That is our main satisfaction in 76 days. Thank you, sir.
ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ವಿಜಯಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಯಿತು ಹಾಗೂ ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಭಯವನ್ನು ದೂರ ಮಾಡಲಾಯಿತು ಮತ್ತು ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಡೆಗಟ್ಟಲಾಯಿತು ಅನ್ನುವ ಕುರಿತು ಮಾತನಾಡಿದಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಂ ಬಿ ಬಿರಾದರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಈಗ ಅದರಂತೆ ವಿಜಯಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಮಹಾನಗರ ಪಾಲಿಕೆಯ ಆಯುಕ್ತರಾದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ಹರ್ಷ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ತಿಳಿದಿರುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಇವರೊಬ್ಬರು ದಕ್ಷ ಹಾಗೂ ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು 24/7 ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸೀಲ್ಡೌನ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದುಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ವದ ಪಾತ್ರವನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಿದಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀಹರ್ಷ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ಕ್ವಾರಂಟೈನ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ.
Very good morning to everybody. At the very outset, I would like to thank BLD Association, B.M. Patil College of Nursing for arranging this webinar and inviting all of us for this wonderful program. I call this as a wonderful program because it is not only the responsibility of the district administration as such, but more is the responsibility of the public and the student community at large. this pandemic, epidemic, whatever you might call it, which has taken over the world at large, needs a concrete and concentrated effort by the entire community. Because now this disease is not restricted to a particular community. It has taken over both the rural areas, urban areas, the country and the world as whole. So we need a combined effort, especially by the student community, and more so when the students of nursing are involved. Now my topic for the day would be the quarantine facility. I would basically distinguish the quarantine process into three categories. The first and the foremost category would be quarantining the positive cases, their primary contacts, and the secondary contacts. The second category would be returnees from other states. And third would be quarantining the people in the vicinity of the houses where the positive contacts and the primary contacts are found. So I would like to speak a bit about each and every category and how the process of quarantining is involved therein. In the first category, it is a very simple procedure. Before we understand the process of quarantining, we have to understand what is the definition of the word quarantine. If you Google search, it is a very simple statement which says that any place of isolation in which a person or an animal is kept who is suspected or who is confirmed to be carrying a particular disease which can be easily communicable to the other people or animals at large. So as Dr. Biradar was telling us, that initially people were confused depending on the symptoms, like you have got common cold, you have got throat pain, you have got fever, and why should we panic about this kind of a situation? But later on, even you have understood the tenacity of the disease and how easily it spreads. Just because it is a very easy spreading disease, the process of quarantine becomes much more important. So whenever a positive patient is found, the primary contacts are traced with the help of the medical team and the police team, as well as the secondary contacts are also traced. The positive patient is quarantined at the dedicated COVID hospital. The primary contacts and secondary contacts are put up in an institution. By an institution, I mean it is at the discretion of the district administration whether they have to be quarantined in a hotel or in an institution like schools, colleges, or residential schools as well. Here, if we have to provide a good facility to the primary and secondary contacts who have already panicked, our district administration has taken a decision to provide them with good care, facility, and so we took up good hotels. At this juncture, I would like to thank the hotel owners of Bijapur city, because without hesitancy and hiccup, they came forward to lend their hotels at a very reasonable rate. Now the second category would be quarantining the people who have come from other states. As and now, the government of Karnataka issued guidelines for the quarantining of the returnees from other states. Basically, it was divided into two categories. The first category was the people who would come from states where there is high prevalence of corona positive cases. Every Monday, probably, the list of high prevalence states would have been notified. As of now, the states of Delhi, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, and Madhya Pradesh. These are the 6 states which are considered as high prevalence states, and the returnees who are coming from these 6 states would be compulsorily institutional quarantined. By institutional quarantine, I mean, again, there are two possibilities. If the returnees wish to, then they can put up in a hotel at their own expenditure, or if it is left to the district administration, then we will put them up in institutions like elementary schools, colleges, and other residential premises. Now, the third category, as I said, is a very crucial kind of a category of quarantining people, wherein a lot of activity is involved. Whenever a positive case is found, the vicinity, as per the administrative convenience, is sealed down. We basically call it as the containment zone. This containment zone, as I said, is as per the administrative requirement. Government of Karnataka says that you can either demarcate the vicinity up to 100 meters, or even if it is an apartment also, only that apartment can be demarcated as a containment zone. Once this is notified as a containment zone, the entire premises has to be sealed down. In our case, the first containment zone that was declared was around the Jummah Masjid area, wherein we took a very bold step of containing around 10,000 houses. So the entire vicinity of around 10,000 houses was sealed down for over a period of 28 days. The government of Karnataka guidelines says that the containment zone has to be in vogue for 28 days or until less than 10 primary and secondary contacts are found. If in case another positive case comes in that containment zone, then the 28 days starts from the date of the positive case that has been found. So now the challenge in front of the district administration was that providing essential goods and services to all these 10,000 people. And the district administration, led by our Deputy Commissioner and Superintendent of Police, we started providing all the basic facilities. Earlier, the guidelines of the government of Karnataka were so strict that even kirana shops, or to the extent of medical shops and the dispensaries, were not supposed to be open. So in that case, from corporation, we started providing basic food grains kit, vegetables kit, medical facilities, and in that extent, even BLD cooperated with us in providing us a mobile medical van. So even we had set up around 7 to 8 helpline numbers. Whenever a person in the containment zone would call us, we would provide all the essential services, including milk. So as and when the containment zone became relaxed because of the guidelines which were changed by the government of Karnataka, we reduced the containment zone from maybe a distance of around half a kilometer to 100 meters. Now, the most important thing in the containment zone or the sealed down area would be the process which has been employed by the medical team, headed by the DHO and THO, of doing the surveillance of each and every household. For every 3 days, the surveillance would be done. The ASHA workers and the nursing staff would visit each and every house, record the symptoms, if any, found to be by the households, like ILI and SARI. And these would be taken up for treatment, and their swab would be collected, and if it is found positive, then they would have been quarantined. If it is found negative, then they would be home quarantined. Now, talking about the quarantining, as I initially said, that the quarantine process would be 28 days. In case of a COVID positive patient, the first part of the quarantining would be 14 days. There is a science behind 14 days. The science is that whenever there is a manifestation of the virus in one's body, the period of manifestation is 14 days. And the next 14 days would be home quarantining if the person is found to be negative after subsequent tests. If he is found to be positive in 1 or 2 cases which has happened, that the patient has been found positive for 8 subsequent tests. So in such cases, the quarantining number of days would extend beyond 28 days. Now in case if a positive patient is found positive, and then if he is given treatment in our dedicated COVID hospital for a period of 14 days, then his swab is collected after 14 days. If he is found negative, then he is sent back to home. And even it is the case with the primary contacts and secondary contacts as well. If they are asymptomatic, then their swabs are collected on the 12th day. And if they are found negative, then they are discharged and they can go back to their home. But after they go back to their home, they will have to be under home quarantine for another 14 days. Government of Karnataka has issued Annexure 5 and Annexure 6. Once these patients or the primary contacts and secondary contacts go back to their homes, we will post a home quarantine poster on their houses so that the people in the nearby vicinity get to know that there were primary contacts or a positive contact in this house, and they can maintain a social distance with that house. We have another annexure called as the Annexure 6, which is known as the neighborhood watch. In the sense like we will serve notices to the neighbors of the corona patient or the primary contacts, and these patients will keep a watch, these neighbors will keep a watch on these primary contacts and tell us that if they are breaching the quarantine rules. There are several apps also. 1 or 2 apps are the Quarantine Watch app and the Arogya Setu app. In Quarantine Watch app, what a person is required is to take a selfie every day if he is under home quarantine, or else the latest guidelines which has come today says that in rural areas, the village accountants and the Jilla Panchayat people, like PDOs, and in urban areas, the bill collectors will keep a strict watch on these home quarantine people. Every day they will visit these homes, they will take a photograph of these people and they will upload it in the Quarantine Watch app. Now coming to the second category of returnees from the high prevalence states. These people come through 1 or 2 routes. Like already from Maharashtra, we have got 2 trains, Shramik Express, which have come to an extent of 2,500 people. And maybe through our road route also they might have come. We have set up checkposts at various incoming routes. Whenever we find these people coming from other states, directly we take them from the checkpost or from the railway station to the institutional quarantine. As I said earlier also, if they wish to and if they can afford, then they can take up the hotels as well. So these people will be under the institutional quarantine for 14 days. And whatever the new cases that we have got in Vijayapur city, they are from the quarantine only. That is from the people who have come from other states. So once these people are quarantined, their swab will be collected on the 12th day. If they are found negative, then they will be discharged from the quarantine facility. They can go back to their houses, and as in the earlier case also, herein also they will be under quarantine facility for the next 14 days. So again, Annexure 5 and Annexure 6 will be served. In the third category, the containment zone, there will be no such thing as the strict vigilance or something like that, but the entire area will be sealed down. So the containment zone, all the people who are there in the containment zone will be under home quarantine. So this is in brief the quarantining facility. The medical team has done an excellent job in keeping the track of ILI and SARI cases, and also in collecting of the swabs which are there in the institutional facilities. Because if it exceeds 14 days, then these people who are under institutional quarantine, they lead to unrest. To stop that, the swabs have to be collected at a regular time and the reports have to be also generated. At the end, I would only say that strict vigilance, surveillance and effective quarantine measures have seen us through this pandemic, and the results are in front of us. In the earlier stages, Vijaypur city was somewhere in the 3rd or 4th rank as the highest number of positive cases in the state. But as on today, we have come down to the 13th rank. And with this strict vigilance measures also, I think we can still contain this pandemic. Thank you one and all.
ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ವಿಜಯಪುರದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕ್ವಾರಂಟೈನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಾಯಿತು ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟ್ಯಾಮಿನೇಟ್ ಝೋನ್ಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸಿಲ್ಡೌನನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಾಯಿತು ಮತ್ತು ಜನರನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ಹೆಮ್ಮಾರಿಗೆ ಒಳಗಾಗುವುದರಿಂದ ರಕ್ಷಣೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಲಾಯಿತು ಎಂಬ ಮುಖ್ಯ ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಕುರಿತು ದೀರ್ಘವಾಗಿ ಸುದೀರ್ಘವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಂಡಂತಹ ಮಹಾನಗರ ಪಾಲಿಕೆ ಆಯುಕ್ತರಾದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ಹರ್ಷ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಈಗ ಅದರಂತೆ ವಿಜಯಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರು ದಕ್ಷ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಾದಂತಹ ಅಪರ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅವಧರಾಮ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಸಹ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಈ ವಿಷಯದ ಕುರಿತು ಮಾತನಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
It's indeed increasing pleasure to me to be here with you all in this webinar organized by Shri B.M. Patil Institute of Nursing Sciences, Vijaypur. Before starting, I would like to remember my respected Deputy Commissioner, the great leader, who is in principle following our great leader of the nation, Swami Vivekananda, very simple, highly talented, very polite, polished, and very hardworking, who is the reason for a city to be safe. Shri Y.S. Patil sir, IAS, our Deputy Commissioner and District Magistrate, and the Chairman of District Disaster Management. Really, I would like to remember and thank the leader of this city, this district, from the bottom of the heart. And the leader is aided by Superintendent of Police, Shri Anupam Agarwal sir, Chief Executive Officer of the Jilla Panchayat, Shri Govind Reddy sir. The able leadership was guided properly and supported by all the team members and all the district level officers, health workers, corporation staff, KSRTC staff, education department, non-governmental organizations, everything. We have seen, the country has seen 4 lockdowns, as you know, starting from 25th 2020 to 14/4, the first lockdown, which was very strict and stringent. Second one, 15/4 to 3/5, the second one. Third one, 4/5 to 17/5. Fourth one, 18/5 to 31/5, which we are in this phase. Each lockdown had its own importance and changes in restrictions and permissions. Certain lockdowns given some more freedoms, certain lockdown given some more restrictions, certain lockdown given more freedom, everything. But in each lockdown, administration worked very hard behind the curtain. As we may be seeing, the warriors of COVID are working in front of the COVID to fight against the battle. Maybe the health workers, maybe the corporation staff, maybe the teaching staff. They are working in the containment zone or with the people. But the administration, with the proper planning, with the proper coordination, with the proper guidance, with the timed intervention in all the sectors, give a proper boost to the public at large. Legally, the administration is supported by District Disaster Management Act of 2005, Epidemic Diseases Act of 1897, the Karnataka Epidemic Diseases Regulation 2020. These regulations gives us powers to plan, coordinate, guide, intervene in all aspects and all walks of life of common public and administrations. Our main intention and our main motto is safety of all, safety of the public, safety of the people who are working for the battle. This is our main motto. In order to achieve the public safety at a highest rate and the safety of the warriors of COVID, we at the district level, under the guidance of, under the able leadership of Deputy Commissioner Y.S. Patil sir, SP sir and CEO sir, used to meet twice in a day for District Disaster Management Authority. The DDMA is headed by DC sir, and all the members used to meet every day to plan, to chalk out the plans, roles and responsibilities of each and everyone. The Acts empowers administration to use any resources, funds to mitigate, prevent or respond to the disaster, including restrictions of vehicles and people's movement. In order to keep the people safe from the spread of pandemic, this required a coordinated, wholehearted support of all the players, all the stakeholders. The main players in our fight against pandemic or epidemic are the health, the corporation, the revenue authorities, the police, the KSRTC staff, the checkpost staff, the ASHA workers. All these officials worked day and night to make our city safe and the district safe from the pandemic. As per the guidelines of the government, we need to plan for so many issues. When the first lockdown was open, as you all know, Vijaypur was in a very safe zone till 11/4/2020. We had not witnessed any of the positive cases. During those period also, even if the country was under lockdown, the district administration, with the support of the city corporation commissioner and the health staff, we could able to contain the outbreak of the pandemic. We seen the first positive case on 12th, which was Dr. Biradar sir was explaining. First case was it was linked to Maharashtra again, and we could able to trace the primary and secondary contacts of that contact also. During that lockdown period, the district borders, entire district border were sealed. Nearly 23 checkposts were opened. The police were guarding entire district. City as such, I must say thanks to our colleague Shri Harsha Shetty sir, who has worked tirelessly to protect the city safe. Because it's in containment zone, he has worked day and night with the help of the district administration and also the doctors, the staff, etc. Really, I must thank Sri Harsha Shetty sir again. During these, the first lockdown period, our main concentration was to quarantine the foreign returnees. We had many foreign returnees collected data from the travel agencies. We have kept them in the full and strict home quarantine. We at the district level or at the district administration were making orders and orders. But implementing was, when it comes to the implementation part is mainly depends upon the health corporation and the police, who really implemented in a true spirit and letter. During that first lockdown period, in rural areas, apart from urban areas, in rural area, with the help of the Chief Executive Officer Shri Govind Reddy Saab and all his team, PDOs, EOs, everybody. He has quarantined nearly 30,000 people from different parts of the country or different parts of the state. Many people who were coming from the different parts of the state were fully quarantined with a strict observation of 14 days quarantine by pasting the notices on their home. During that time also, the district administration took active part in educating the people, the police, municipalities through giving the pamphlets, through playing the jingles, through the helpline also. The administration opened a helpline, 24/7 dedicated helpline to support the stranded people, support the needy, support the people at containment zone, support the public at large. As you know, positive case or finding out a positive case, it's not in our hand. But surely administration believes that containing, controlling, mitigating has everything in the administration, which the district administration has played an effective role in Vijaypur in controlling and mitigating the pandemic. In the district administration, we have expert team of the doctors. To control the positive cases and to mitigate, we had an expert team of doctors, which I would like to also tell here that we have included the best of the best doctors of the Vijaypur city and best of the best doctors of the Vijaypur district. We have taken the help of the BLD medical education, Alamin medical education, and all other best of the best doctors help to support the positive patients to recover soon. This is the help and the support provided by all the responsible citizens of Vijaypur to mitigate the pandemic. Coming to the health sector, we had the active support of the health total staff. It may be public, it may be private. Both the teams have helped the administration in containing and mitigating. The COVID warriors at front line, who are the doctors, THOs, nursing staffs, the ASHA workers, the corporations, who are really working at the field tirelessly to keep us safe. To help these people, the administration has to guide in a very proper manner. In health point of view, the identification of manpower, counseling of the team, protection of the health staff, provision of healthcare kits, expert doctors, treating of patients, guiding, implementing, taking help of the hospitals, private and public. Everything is properly guided by the district administration under the able leadership of Dr. Shri Y.S. Patil, the district magistrate. As you know, in the district we have a dedicated district hospital as a COVID hospital. Apart from this, we had also notified the private hospital, Shri B.M. Patil Medical College, Shri Alamin Medical College, also as one of the supporting college of COVID hospital. We had lot of fever clinics. We have lot of ICUs also. To tell you, the private agencies, the NGOs, especially B.M. Patil College, has supported the administration in a very, very nice manner by providing ventilators, by providing the manpower, by providing the technical expertise, medical expertise, and also in donating the things. So we are really grateful to the public at large for supporting us, supporting the administration in containing. Coming to the non-health team, I would like to mention here the support and the work done by the city corporation and all the ULBs and all the Gram Panchayats at the PDU, Gram Panchayats at the Panchayat level. Gram Panchayats headed by chairmen and PDUs have worked tirelessly for cleanliness, personal hygiene, etc. And essential supply of essential commodities were uninterrupted in the city, headed by City Corporation Commissioner, and in the rural areas, headed by EOs and Tehsildars, and supported by district level officers like DD Horticulture, JD Food, JD Agriculture, KMF MD, everything. It may be in the containment zone or in the non-containment zone. In both the areas, the officers have helped the administration to mitigate the sufferings of the people. See, at the administration, at the larger level, we always look for the benefit of the people. We are here to support the people and we are here to help the people. We are not sitting in the AC room and simply sitting quiet. And as you may be well aware, Dr. Biradar and Sri Harsha Shetty sir also were not gone to their home for 1 month. You cannot imagine. They were kept themselves in isolation. They were in a lodge room or in a separate room. They never gone to their home to see their families, just to support you people. So it's really of great support and the work, dedicated support and work by the Dr. Biradar and Sri Harsha Shetty sir. Here I would like also to tell the people's participation. See, response of the people were very nice. Food kits were given to the public. Food kits were given to the needy people. Nearly 3,000 food kits were supplied by the donors through the corporation. As you know, in the initial stage, lot of donors came to serve the public who are the needy. And apart from the district administration took the work of distribution under the leadership of Sri Harsha Shetty sir. The administration was well supported by all the NGOs and voluntary organizations, and voluntary organizations are supported this true cause. As a part of social obligations, we at the administration are requesting the donors, requesting the people have accumulated huge food kits and distributed in the containment zone with the help of the corporation and the police staff. To tell you one of the important events which took place in the Corona period, we had received nearly 2,500 stranded laborers from Rajasthan, came from different vehicles. You cannot imagine, in containers. Immediately our Deputy Commissioner Y.S. Patil sir, SP sir and CEO sir rushed to the spot, spoken to nearly 3-4 Chief Secretary sirs of different states. Entire coordination was done overnight, and all the 2,500 stranded laborers comprising of small children, pregnant women and aged people were sent to Rajasthan in 80 buses at government expenses. It's really a commendable job done by the administration. Today also we have, as Commissioner City Corporation was telling, we have sent nearly 5,000 people to different parts of the country, to Jharkhand, to Jammu Kashmir, to Uttar Pradesh, to West Bengal, through 90 buses. We have received nearly 23,000 people who are now under institution quarantine. After institution quarantine, they will go to home quarantine. Now the protocol has changed. Initially it was 14 days. Now it has been changed to 7 days. Everything will be looked up by our City Corporation Commissioner, sir. Again, coming to the part of the police, I should thank SP sir, Shri Anupam Agarwal sir, for keeping us safe in the city, as a city in particular and district in toto. Because he has manned nearly 23 checkposts for the entire 60-70 days. As you know, we have started sealing down of our area much prior before the government has already declared. We have stopped buses to Gulbarga, we have stopped buses to Bangalore, we have stopped buses to Maharashtra much prior to the government has declared. So he has taken all efforts to protect the city and the people at large. And to know, for violators also we have shown them a lesson. Administration has shown them a lesson. We have booked nearly 180 cases under the IPC sections, various sections of the IPC. Nearly police forces have seized nearly 4,000 vehicles who have violated the lockdown rules. It's only purely mainly because to safeguard the interest of the public at large. Nothing else. And regarding the RDPR, home quarantine, home quarantine during the first lockdown period was very awesome. And they scrupulously done home quarantine in a true letter spirit, which made us safe, very safe during the entire period of first lockdown. And the public response, and I must thank the people, the city people of Bijapur and the district people of Bijapur, who are very cordial, very supportive, very encouraging to the district administration in all walks of life. Even it may be containment, even if it may be lockdown, even it may be seizure of vehicles, even it may be booking of the cases, everything. They have really followed our instructions, district administration's instructions in all their ways of life, in all throughout their day. We must thank the administration, is really thankful to the people at large. We could ultimately say that due to the efforts, all-round efforts of the doctors, the NGOs, the public organizations like M.B. Patil Foundation, B.M. Patil Medical College, the doctors, corporations, everybody, we could able to contain our containment zones limited to only 6 numbers, out of which we have denotified 2. Only 4 containment zones are remaining. That too, we are very limited. As sir was rightly telling, we are able to contain our zones only to one particular area. The administration was, the decision of administration in surveillance or containment, everything has resulted in limiting or containing the zones or the spread of the pandemic in a very to a very minimum extent. Now, present scenario, as you know, it all depends upon the social responsibility more than the rule. To conclude, whatever, as people says, whatever gets measured gets managed well. We have a figure of nearly 1,925 people who have completed 28 days, who are in reporting period, 14 to 28 days period, nearly 25,000 people, 25,410. We have negative reported 8,856 in the city. We have positive tested, as you know, we are in 75 number. Awaiting results nearly 8,500. Total sample collected, 18,000 samples were collected by Dr. Biradar and team. Discharged from hospital, nearly 44. Presently, institution quarantine, nearly 20,000. 3,000 people are already gone. Now, let us not fear for the virus COVID-19. Fear is not required. Only precaution is required. The social responsibility is required. We need to be a responsible citizen in containing the COVID-19. To conclude, in this hour of stress and anxiety, let's spread right knowledge. Let us not listen to the false news. Let us not spread the false news, false fear. Let us spread right humors, right thoughts to understand the pandemic better and join the hands in the battle of COVID-19. Let's, as an individual, do our best part and participate in the battle by staying at home, maintaining social distancing and hygiene. Finally, before departing, all credit, all the controlling, all the credit of containing pandemic in the city as such and the district as a whole goes to the entire team of police, the entire team of police headed by Shri SP Anupam Agarwal sir, corporation staff headed by Shri Harsha Shetty sir, district health staff, district surveillance staff headed by Dr. Biradar sir, KSRTC staff headed by Dr. Shri Gangadhar, teaching and revenue staff headed by Shri Y.S. Patil sir, all the public of Vijaypur city and the district at large, all the public representative. I must say the and the administration is very thankful to the public representatives as such. They are very cooperative, very supportive, and they supported the administration in all ways of life. So ultimately, I would like to request the public at large to be responsible, be socially, please maintain the social distancing, please wear mask whenever it is necessary, when you are talking to the people, when you are talking to the other persons, when you are coughing or sneezing, please keep in mind the advisories given by the administration, advisories given by the health, advisories given by the corporation staff. So be safe. As we all know, health is wealth. Staying home, staying healthy makes us staying fit. Finally, I conclude that with the words of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Let's do our bit and bit. Let's do our work sincerely. Let us not wait for the results. Results will ultimately come in a good spirit and a good manner. And before concluding, I'm really thankful to the able leader, Shri Y.S. Patil, the Deputy Commissioner, District Magistrate, and the Chairman of the District Disaster Management Committee, under whose leadership and whose guidance the entire district was able to contain the pandemic in a very, very positive and a right manner. And I would also like to thank the people at large and want to tell a message to the people that please don't fear for the pandemic. We have to live with the pandemic, but we have to maintain the social distancing norms. We have to follow the rules and regulations put forth by the government or the health staff. And finally, before departing, I am very thankful to the B.M. Patil Institute of Nursing Sciences for giving me an opportunity. Especially thankful to Dr. Shri Biradar sir, who is very knowledgeable. I don't know whether you are knowing or not. He is very knowledgeable, very simple. And also our administrator of this college, and also honorable principal of this college, and all this staff. Thanks for giving an opportunity. Thank you, one and all. Thanks.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರು ತಮ್ಮ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಅಂತರವನ್ನು ಕಾಯ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲಿಯ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಿಂದ ಬಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ತಾವೇ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಕ್ವಾರಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇದರಿಂದ ಪಡುವಂಥ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸೂಚನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕಡ್ಡಾಯವಾಗಿ ಪಾಲಿಸಬೇಕಂತ ಅವರು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ಹಂಚಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಈಗ ಪ್ರೇಕ್ಷಕರು ದೇಶ ವಿದೇಶದಿಂದ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಕೆಲವು ಪ್ರೇಕ್ಷಕರು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಇಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂಥ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಮ್ಮ.
Thank you very much, sir. Actually, today more than 1,500 participants have joined for our today's program, and many questions have come from them. But today we are selecting only one questions for everyone, Means all our participants, we have selected only one questions from them. So first questions I will ask for Harsha Shetty sir, which have come from audience. Sir, this question is, during quarantine, what measures would be taken to control the spread of infection?
In my speech, I have already told you about the measures that should be taken. First thing is, whenever there is a policy of institutional quarantine, we have got several applications designed by the government of Karnataka. The quarantined people are expected to download the various applications, which will help the administration to keep watch over the activities of the quarantined people. Secondly, it is the responsibility of the quarantined person himself that he isolates himself and maintains absolute social distance from the other people, and especially with his loved and dear ones. Apart from this, all the other essential facilities like medical aid and food will be provided by the district administration. People who are under quarantine are expected not to come out of their houses. The medical team would visit their houses on a regular basis, do the minimum screening that is required, record if any symptoms of the disease are there. If any symptoms are there, then they will be immediately shifted to the hospital. They will be kept under observation and their swabs would be taken. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, the next question has come for Dr. Audram, sir. What are the measures taken to control the illegal migrants?
As you know, we are law-abiding citizens, but humanity is above law. Law is to facilitate the people. Law is not to trouble the people. It's quite a good question. Government has made one portal called Seva Sindhu. Who want to come from other states into Vijaypur or other district to Vijaypur. As per law, people have to apply in the Seva Sindhu portal. They have to get passes, then only they have to travel. But as you know, we Indians, we largely follow the rules, largely follow the regulations, guidelines, everything of the government. But sometime what happens, I personally feel, and at the administration level, humanity should overcome. For humanity should always be overrule the law. Whenever the people who are coming from other parts of the state, I would say rather illegally, by other means, I would like to put it in a different word. It's not, they are not illegal people. They are coming to their native place in a different modes. They might not have come in a Seva Sindhu app, they might not be knowing. See, people who knows better, they will follow everything. They will apply in Seva Sindhu and they will come. The people who are stranded, the people who are labor class, they will not be knowing anything. So those people also, the controlling, for controlling also, we have established the checkposts. After the fourth lockdown, we have kept, out of 23 checkposts, we have kept only 7 checkposts alive, only interstate checkposts. But still, as I firmly believe that the humanity overrules the law, even if the people comes by other means also, we are strictly taking them to the home quarantine with the help of, strictly taking them to the institution quarantine with the help of the corporation staff, with the RDPS staff, with the help of the police. Even if the people comes in a different way to the city of Bijapur or the city of or the district of Vijaypur, we are not taking the risk of, we are not making the life of the people at risk. We are taking, administration is taking all precautions. We provide food for the people who have come in other ways. We are providing the shelter to the people who are coming in other way. We are collecting the swabs. We are keeping them in the quarantine for 14 days. After that only we are living to the general public. And we clearly understand our responsibility to keep the people of Vijaypur safe. And for that only, even if they come in a legal way or in another way also, we take all the measures not to spread the virus among the general public and to contain the spread of the virus by keeping them in institution quarantine. Anyway, we will try to make more stricter for the people who come in other ways. But believe us, we are keeping the people of Vijaypur's life safe. We are not neglecting the health of the people who are coming in other way also. All people who are coming in right way or wrong way, everybody will be kept in institution quarantine. Their health will be watched, their swabs will be collected. After results, negative results only, we are leaving it to the general public. So thank you.
Just one point I want to add to this. This is where the social responsibility comes into picture. We absolutely cannot deny the fact that there are illegal migrants who are coming into the city and the district through various rural roads. That is a practical thing. But as and when the people of Vijaypur come to know of illegal migrants coming and staying in their vicinity, you are hereby requested to immediately bring it to the notice of district administration. We have got 24/7 helpline number, that is 1077. You can call on that number or you can inform the corporation officials. To bring it to the notice of the public also, we have been doing the announcements through our door-to-door collection vehicles, garbage collection vehicles also. So any official in any kind of capacity, if you inform them that the illegal migrants have come and they are staying in their vicinity, immediately they will be picked up and they will be put up in the institutional quarantine. Thank you.
Sir, there are many other questions, but there is only one last question I will ask. There are, since many nursing faculties have joined for this program, so they have asked one question. Sir, how, this question will go to Dr. M.B. Biradar, sir. Sir, how do you appreciate the nursing services rendered during this situation?
As I am working in the health department only, we have to take the care of the COVID-19 positive patient for 24 hours because they are suffering from the comorbidity. Doctors will only do the rounds, but the BSc nursing staffs will be with the patient only for any queries for 24 hours in 3 shifts regarding treatment and regarding the coordination with the patient in all angles. Whatever the patient, the main symptom is the breathlessness. If the patient feels breathlessness, you have to give the immediately oxygen supply. If the oxygen supply is not given, the patient may collapse. That is 100% in COVID-19 positive patient. That is only we are screening for ILI and SARI for nearly 358 private institutes from Bijapur, including big nursing homes. Immediately that patient will be tested in our civil hospital in 2 hours, so that the line of treatment will be same, but the mode of shifting the patient will be different. Because if the positive patient is, we will immediately shift that into positive patient ward. If the patient is negative, you immediately shift to the isolation ward where high pressure pump with all emergency facilities will be available. One thing we should appreciate BSc staff nurse is that they have to wear minimum 8 hours PPE kit in this summer. That is only one important thing, because nobody will wear a PPE kit, normal person, though, so they will not understand the effect of PPE kit in summer. If you wear for only 10 minutes, it is hell of the job. that much discomfort will be there, because we should wear hood also. Whole body will be covered. Outside only it is nearly 40-42 degrees centigrade. Wearing for 8 hours it is not easy also. And immediately he should have his whatever breakfast, dinner or lunch and water also. In between he can't handle anything also. That is also a drawback for that person. So with all these criteria, I have appreciated exclusively staff nurse in rendering the service in the COVID-19 positive ward and isolation ward also. And as Audram sir and Harsha Shetty sir told regarding in containment zone, we have done nearly more than 3 times each and every house person health survey, including comorbidity of diabetes mellitus, hypertension, cancer, chronic kidney disease, and SARI, ILI, and special preference for the below 10 years and above 60 years. That is the achievement of surveillance in containment zone and almost whole district in 5 talukas. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್. ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿದ್ದು, ಆದರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಮಯದ ಅಭಾವದಿಂದ ಅವು ಕೇಳಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಕೊನೆಯ ಘಟ್ಟ, ಈಗ ವಂದನಾರ್ಪಣೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ, ಅದನ್ನು ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಇಂಡಿ ಅವರು ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮುಂಜಾನದ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಅಮೂಲ್ಯವಾದ ಸಮಯವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಚಾರ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸಿದಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಜಯಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಅಪರ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಧಿಕಾರಿಯಾದಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಔದ್ರಾಮ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ BLDE ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಇಂದ ಹಾಗೂ ಶ್ರೀ BM ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಈ ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೂರು ಅತಿಥಿಯಾಗಿ ಆಗಮಿಸಿದಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಜಯಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಮಹಾನಗರ ಪಾಲಿಕೆಯ ಆಯುಕ್ತರಾದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ಹರ್ಷ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ BLDE ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಹಾಗೂ ಶ್ರೀ BM ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರು ಅತಿಥಿಯಾಗಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿದಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಜಯಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ವಿಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆದಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ MB ಬಿರಾದರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರೀ BM ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಹಾಗೂ BLDE ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿ ಗೊಳಿಸಲು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಬೆನ್ನೆಲುಬಾಗಿ ನಿಂತಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ BLDE ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಆಡಳಿತ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಯಾದಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ RV ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ BLDE ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ PRO ಆದಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಂತೇಶ್ ಬಿರಾದಾರ್ ಅಣ್ಣವರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರಾದಂಥ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಶಾಲ್ಮೋನ್ ಚೋಪಡೆ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಹಾಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರೀ BM ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇಷ್ಟು ಸುಸಜ್ಜಿತವಾಗಿ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಆದಂಥ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆನಂದ್ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಟೀಮ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿ ವರ್ಗಕ್ಕೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಕೊನೆಯದಾಗಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಮತ್ತು ವಿದೇಶದಿಂದ ಪ್ರೇಕ್ಷಕರಾಗಿ ವೀಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೇಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಮತ್ತು ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರೀ BM ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.